All right, so without shoes and some SI stuff. All right, we'll start. Let's just start on our, oh, I don't have my blanket. Let's start on our hands and knees. Do you have a blanket? Just put it across the center of the sticky mat. Oh, good, oh, I thought Amy, you were participating. Like, oh, there's another participant. So we'll just, put your hands right beneath your shoulders and your knees straight down from your hips. And breathe into your whole body. Just imagine that your torso is a cylinder and it's receiving your breath. So on inhalation, you're pressing into all sides equally, front, back, side ribs. And on exhalation, just letting that tissue move back towards the midline. And just checking your hand position so the index fingers are parallel with each other and the thumbs are open away from the index fingers, and pressing evenly the base of all your fingers, including the thumb and the index finger. And with each exhalation, just allowing your weight to be a little more heavy with the contact of the mat and the floor beneath you. Tucking your chin a little, lift the back of the head. Now we begin moving with breath. Curl your toes under and round up into your spine. And breathe out, release the belly, lift the head. And press your hands, curl your tailbone. That's it. And release, lift your sit bones, broaden your collarbones. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards one another on the back. Breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And really just begin articulating all the joint points. So just noticing, oh, I have something happening in my shoulders, across my collarbones, into my upper back, mid back, low back, even the tailbone. And the hips are also involved. And that area you mentioned, the SI joints, left and right. They also have movement in them as you flex and extend. And last one, hold the lift, the arched spine. And breathe, just let your breath come and go. And relax the belly, lift the head, and let the breath come and go. And walk your hands to the right and curl the tailbone towards the left heel. So just stretching and flaring the left side of the ribs, opening the left hip, stretching that area. I think we will focus a little more on strengthening core, since we have a focal point of SI joint pain or instability maybe. And so second side, hands to the left, right hip towards right heel, and walk hands back through center. And let's take each side again. So just walking hands to the right again, and bring the left hip towards left heel. And lift the hips up and walk hands back through center and to the left. And right hip towards right heel. And come up, back through center, and hands back underneath the shoulders. Knees together, midline, and we'll just bring the right knee in towards the head. And on exhalation, just extend it straight back. That's it. Good. And just move with your own breath. Inhale, rounding the spine a little. Exhale, extend the right leg. So keeping that pelvis stable. And 3 more. Inhale, curl, chin towards chest, head towards knee. Exhale, extend. And next time that right leg's in extension, hold the extension. Notice if there's any sensation in the sacrum or the sacroiliac, which is where the bone of the hip and the bone of the spine, that fused portion of the spine, come together. Extend the left arm. And let's move with this balance point. Right knee, left elbow, touch, and extend, and touch, and extend, touch, and extend. Good, and 1 more, touch, and extend, and hold for a couple breaths. And bring the left hand down and the ball of the right foot to the floor. Press through the heels of the hands and stretch into the back of the right calf. Full exhalation through the mouth. Big breath in through the nose. And then we'll press more through the heels of the hands and lift the hips up. Then come up dog pose. There you go. And just pump the legs. So left and then right heel towards the floor. Waking up the backs of the legs. It's like you're releasing breath out of an air mattress or something, just a big swooping exhalation. And then lift both heels up, lift your sit bones way up. That's it. Yep. Just lift your heels, lift your buttocks, lift your sit bones, keep your elbows, your armpits a little lifted. And just shake the head out. And then lower the heels towards the floor. You might even walk the balls of the feet forward a little as you slowly drop heels towards the earth. This really, I think, more appropriately would be called triangle pose than the other triangle pose. So just trying to feel the equilateral aspect from the fingertips up to the hips and then down through the heels. And then lift the armpits, come back through plank position. So just noticing if your feet bother you, Sukja, then just modify or bring the knees down. And bring your knees down all the way and drop the hips back. So we're going to move to the second side. Breathe in and out. And lift the hips, knees together. And left knee in towards head. And head towards knee, and then extend it back. So curling spine up. And then hold the extension, left leg. When you think you've done about the same number as we did on the right side. And lift the right arm. And touch knee to elbow, elbow to knee. And extend. And touch. Exhale. Inhale, extend. And continue. That's it. Yeah, a couple more. And hold again, another breath or two. And bring the right hand down and the ball of the left foot to the floor. Press through the heels of the hands to stretch the back of the left calf. And continue pressing and lift the hips up again. And pump your legs. Full exhalations. Full inhalations. And full lift again, up through the heels. And release, heels towards the floor. And lift your armpits and back to plank. You might roll the balls of the feet back a little. Head of the arm bone into the shoulder joint. Strong lift into the thighs, right up to the hips. 3 or 4 breaths. And knees down and rock the hips back. Exhale, fingers lift, forehead down. We were talking before class about cats and how cats are automatic yogis just in their demeanor and their habits. And this always reminds me of a cat where you extend your fingers like claws. You know, when they first wake up and they stretch back like that, it seems like a cat pose. And back to hands and knees. And let's work a little bit more with the hip stability. I'm going to sweep the right knee out to the right. And I can turn forward. So you just want to keep your back of your waist level and keep from hiking that hip. Really every place else stays stable and quiet. So the shoulders, the hands, the back of the waist, the pelvis. And we're just focusing on this external rotation of the hip and the thigh. I guess they call that abduction, abduction, hip abduction. And then second side, so knees back together. So it's really isolating the glute medius. So second side, that's it, yep. Just sweeping it out, noticing maybe range of motion differences left to right. And 3 or 4 more, and also noticing your fatigue point, and it might be different left to right. And knees back together. And we'll just make some circles, so knees about hip width apart. Bring left hip towards left heel and circle it forward and back. You're drawing circles counterclockwise from right hand, left hip, right hip. Just swooping the hips around. And pausing and reversing the direction of the circles. And then just taking hips forward and back a couple times. So dipping into slight back bend, bringing the chest forward. And then strong lift up and back. So navel draws up and back, hips towards heels. Exhale. Fingertips lift, broaden collarbones, toes curled under, or tops of feet. So depending on your body and where you can move pain-free. So maybe it's tops of feet, engaging abdominal strength as you lift up and back. And that's it. And just pause there a little, rock the hips side to side. It's a pretty active back bend. And back. And next time you rock forward, we'll just bring the right foot forward between the hands. And release the hips forward. So right knee in line with right ankle, top of left foot to the floor. And breathe. And Sukja, do you have blocks? Do you have yoga blocks? If you have 2 blocks, that would be great. Okay, cool. So we'll put the blocks to either side of the front of the sticky mat. So that we have some lift under the hands for our lunge. When you bring your right foot forward, hands on blocks. Nice. Good. And then you can bring the blocks up a little higher. And walk them back. And just center your chest. I'll just turn this way for your visual. Center your chest. Nice. And broaden your collarbones. And then turn the toes under, straight leg lunge. So just pushing up. Nice. And lift the pelvic floor a little, fingertips on blocks. Nice. Good. And lift the hands to the top of the right knee and just roll the shoulders back. Nice. And right hand, right leg, and lift the left arm to stretch it up. And if that's hard on your bare feet, you can roll your heel down. So you can scoot that ball of the foot forward and bring the heel down. So you can decide if it's hard on your foot to have it flex like that, the toes. And dive forward, hands back to blocks. And put your blocks flat again. And step the feet back. So hands on blocks, feet back. Yeah, just a little lift under the hands is nice. Breathe in and out. Yeah, relax your chin, back of the neck relaxed. And so we can, from here, just lift the left leg up and back. Nice. And then sweep it forward between the blocks. Yeah. So we'll go right into the lifted variation of the straight leg lunge, and then we'll come down to the kneeling variation. So breathe, just square your collarbones again. Put energy into the heel of the bent knee leg, that left heel, so that the toes can extend forward, the foot can stretch forward to its full length from that grounded heel. And hands to top of left thigh. Come on up, lift your pelvic floor, good. Relax shoulders, lift the right arm. Nice. Breath in and out. And if you have the balance, you can lift the left arm. And again, if it's too tough on the ball of the right foot to be lifted like this, you can pivot and put that heel on the floor like that. And we'll take another spin through that, and we'll take more of the warrior one variation. Drop that right knee down and just feel the lunge for a couple of breaths. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Stretch the front of the groin. And toes curled under again. Blocks flat again. Hands into blocks, so blocks right on sticky mat will keep them from sliding. And step the left leg back. Nice, and just lift those sit bones again, really stretch from the crown of the head up to through the tailbone and the lifted sit bone. And feet together, stretch the right leg up and back, big extension, right leg, beautiful. Breathe. And bring the right foot forward between the blocks or the hands, and bring the blocks up. And step your left foot forward and bring the left heel down. And bring hands to hips. Put hands right on hips. Gaze forward. Just as much as possible, feel into your own body and the feeling of your lunge and any sensations you might have. Listening for the voice rather than looking with your eyes, just feeling your connection to your space, whatever space you've made for yoga, the earth beneath the floor, beneath your feet. Just feel that connection. And there's a power in that because we're connected to all the other yogis who've ever practiced this pose through the ages. And lift the arms. And just tapping into that strength of, my teacher was talking about certainty. So certainty in our own bodies, feeling the certainty of the known, our own bodies, because there's so much that's uncertain right now. But we can have certainty in our practice and the stability of our traditions. And just bring the palms down in front of the heart together, so in front of the heart. And then we'll bow forward and put the hands on the blocks. And just for fun, let's just move a little with the breath, and then we're going to come into a balancing position. So as you inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, bend the left knee. And inhale again, and then the opposite knee. So you're just going to move. Feel like a piston, you know, the legs are like pistons. They fire alternately, left knee bends and right knee bends, all these pieces working together. Nice. And then we're gonna, next time we come forward, we'll pause, bend that right knee, and then reach the blocks forward and lift the back leg. You got space for that? Beautiful. Nice. So just as in our hands and knees work, we're going to work with keeping the back of the waist level, the left hip in line with the right hip. So we're not opening up like a half moon pose, we're staying more like a warrior one in the hips. There you go. And you can practice taking one hand away and maybe taking the other hand away, palms in front of the chest. And bend the right knee and reach back. You can use the blocks to walk back. Big step back. Nice. And changing sides. So lift the back heel, step the right leg back, hips back, heels down, breath full. So really extending that exhalation. Noticing we've been exerting. There's been concentration, exertion, holding, you know, so there's stamina. And second side. So left leg up and back. A little bit more active practice, and bring it forward between the blocks and bring the blocks a little higher. More energy into the left heel. Bring the right foot forward and put the heel down. So rather than right heel lifted, heels down, and sweep the arms up. Finding stability, second side. Support and comfort. So in Hatha Yoga, the aim is to find any position and be at ease in it. It's a great metaphor for life too, just welcoming everything just as it is, cultivating acceptance. And tolerance, palms in front of the heart. Breathe in, breathe out. Nice. And we're going to do the same action, this kind of piston move where you lift the back heel, inhale, lift the hips, exhale, bend the right knee, and alternate. Letting your own breath be your guide. And just a few more. And then we're going to push off, pause, walk the feet forward, push off, back leg, standing on left, right leg extends. And notice, left to right. Nice. Yeah, that one seems more, maybe stronger, and easier to keep the right hip in line with the left hip. For me, it's a little weaker. Just notice more sensation in my standing leg, not quite as much ability to stand freely, but practicing left and right. I need to bend the knee a little or use support. And bend that left knee a lot and step the right leg back. And one more pass through. Warrior one. And arms down, just let the arms float down. And this time, just bring the hands to the block, rock back, left heel, and step the right foot forward. Bring the blocks forward. Breath in and out. And then both sides long, breathe in and out again. And then you can bend the knees a little, bring the ribs to contact the thighs. Take hold of the forearms and drape the head towards the arms. Nice. Perhaps take the feet hip width apart, outer edges parallel. And as much as possible, line the hips up over the ankles. It might require putting the hands down. You can kind of rock the hips forward. Beautiful. Yeah, that's great alignment. Just rock the hips a little forward and back. Shake your head out a little bit. Eyes very heavy up into the eye sockets, upper eyelids, lower eyelids cover the eyes. And go ahead and drop the hips towards the heels and press the feet and roll up to standing. Good, and turn to face your camera and roll the shoulders. Keep the knees a little soft. And a little more lighted. When I was studying yoga back in the day, we'd go walk around in between things, just like that, like get some water, open the curtains, just move your body a little. So if there's anything you need to get or a drink of water yeah. Good. And yeah, sort of like waking up. So we'll do some stretching for the arms. So just turning the left thumb towards the floor and take that left arm up. Yeah, mirroring. And just stretch it back. Just keeping the thumb, I'll just turn this sideways so you can see. Keeping the thumb pointed towards the midline. So I lift it up. And then as I take it back, I turn, internally turn the upper arm. Yeah, there you go. Yep, I'm watching. And there can be a little rotation in the torso as well. And pause, and then second side. So right arm up and back. Thumb towards the midline. And that's it. Just letting your torso move a little. So as that arm rotates the other side, nice. And then we'll do both together. So starting with the left, taking it back, and then the right. And see if you can smooth it out so that you're moving the same velocity both sides. And the head moves with the torso, so the breastbone. And then pause and reverse, and let's just take both arms back and around. Big circles. Nice. Yeah, if you can make them go quickly and even balance a little, and say, ha, 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 reverse, ha, 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 ha. Keep the knees a little buoyant and soft, and keep from locking them. And we can do that breath of joy. So it's hard to get the full body, but yeah, my knees are just a little bent. So it's up to the shoulder height, and then up to the shoulder height again, and then all the way up. And then when we exhale, we come forward like that. So together, inhale, take breath in, take it a little more, take it more, and inhale, come up, come up, come up, called breath of joy. Like you're chopping wood and just letting it all go with a ha. And just a couple more. Ha. Ha. And last one. And then pause down there. Ha. Take your head out. Ah. Ah. So when we come up, we're going to bring the right hand up and out to the right. And left hand, left hip, and look over the left shoulder and just rock the hip side to side. That's it. Just moving, looking over left shoulder. And release it down, and second side. And look over right shoulder. And shake it down. And then just do a little twist. Yeah, you might get a pop. Hips and knees and elbows and wrists. Good. Yeah. Loose elbows. And twisting, rocking the hips too. Okay. Yay. And so we'll do a little bit of hip opening. So standing in the center here, sticking out, we'll just take the feet wide apart. Actually, if you have your block, take one block into your right hand and take the legs wide apart. And we'll put the block to the outside of the right foot and just turn the right foot out. And the left foot in. So with the block there, you might be able to take your legs a little wider than usual. And a little bend to that right knee and line it up with second and third toe. Yep, and then shift the hips the opposite direction. Reach out with the right hand and bring the fingertips to the block. If you don't have your block, then right onto your, that looks good, yeah. And so let's move with breath here. So to keeping the legs firm, just drop this left shoulder down, arm hanging down, and exhale, roll it open. No, just roll it open and inhale, drop it down. So inhaling into the back. Exhaling, rolling open. That arm just kind of follows. Inhale, let it hang. And exhale, roll it open. And last one, just inhale, let it hang down. And exhale, roll it open. So there's deep hip opening. Nice, but what makes it stable is firming up the muscles to the bone on the thighs. And externally rotating the thighs open from each other. Nice. Head comfortable, so looking up and down, all around. Good. Couple more breaths. And then we'll bend. So just bending deeply that right knee. See how deep you can go. Yeah, you might need to take your legs a little wider apart. Left hand, left hip. Good. Just open the shoulders. Beautiful. Nice. And then just extend this arm straight up again and look up towards those fingers. Turn the palm towards the opposite wall and extend through the fingers right along the head. So bring the left arm right alongside the head. Nice. Breathe. Remember your balance pose and the weight you took into your standing leg. And bring this upper arm down and back through triangle and slowly come up. Nice. Parallel your feet. And we'll bring the feet together between sides. Shake the legs across the line. And very nice. And bring your block to the second side. And step the legs wide apart again. And turn the balls of the feet to the left. Little bend to the left knee, line it up with second and third toe. And then we're going to extend, stretch the hips the opposite way. The hips hinge. Reach, there you go. Reach out through the left hand and to the block. Yeah. So I went to a class yesterday and my teacher was extending, taking her legs further apart than I generally do. So just practicing, oh yeah, maybe I can stretch a little, go a little beyond my normal, my habit. So block can help with that. And drop the upper shoulder down. And roll it open, exhale. And down, so kind of building on this movement from the opening of class where we're just articulating to bone on bone through the joints. So there's this synovial fluid, there's cartilage, and we can lubricate with breath through taking our healthy oils, our anti-inflammatories, the omega-369. Apparently the pomegranates, there's so many pomegranates right now, but pomegranates are have this antioxidant quality. Finding ways to support ourselves as the weather gets colder and damper, days grow shorter. Ways to stay warm and hydrated and flexible and moving and loose. Wearing our down coats in our garage or pouring a hot bath. And go ahead and take a deep knee bend of that left knee. Move the block to the outside of the left shin. So left arm and left shin in contact. Comfortable head and neck. And turn the palm towards the opposite wall. Good. And reach and really root down through the back heel. That right heel and the left heel. Breathe. Yeah, bring that upper arm down, press through the left foot, walk your block back. Slowly come up and parallel your feet. Heel toe your feet together. Take the legs. And take your block aside. And if you have a little padding, we'll just come to sit and work a little bit with boat pose. So a little padding towards the back of your mat. And there you go. Just come to sit for a few breaths, crossing one arm over the other, resting the forehead down. Yeah, lifting your torso up. Just lean back and lift your legs up. Just bring the hands behind the hamstrings or knees. Extend the heels, balls of feet. Keep the chest lifted. Nice. And if you can extend the arms and legs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And cross the left shin in front of the right. And lean forward. Just stretch forward through the fingers and back through the hips. Breathe into the sensations in the hips, left to right. And slowly walk the hands back. And we'll take it again, another boat, followed by a crossing of the legs, different way. Extend through the arms, the legs, for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and cross the right shin in front of the left, and walk the hands forward. Stretch back through the hips, reach forward with the arms. And slowly walk the hands back. And extend the legs. And we'll just make a forward fold. Time is drawing near, so just take the hips. We'll take the flesh of the hips away from the bones. And just take a little forward extension. Hands towards ankles, chin in line with heart. Nice length, the back of the head. And actually, we can move with breath here too. So if you can reach your hands or the ankles, wherever you can reach, just inhale, extend your spine, nice flat back. Exhale, fold. Forehead towards chin. Inhale, extend and lengthen. Slide the hands back, exhale. Bend the elbows, forehead down. Like a bellows, inhale, expanding the breath through the ribs, so it's the bellows expanding. Exhale, blowing the bellows out through the mouth, like you're fanning the fire. So you're fanning your own internal fires, your discipline, your motivation, your meditation, your patience, exertion, knowledge, just bringing your breath, your energy, your spirit. Inhale, come up. Exhale. And hold. Just release, bend forward, extend forward for 3 more breaths. And rise up through the spine. And I'm just going to scoot forward. So my blanket's just thin. So you just want to have just, I don't know, maybe an inch or so underneath your head. Not like a big pillow. I'm going to scoot the hips forward. And you can slowly lower onto your back. Hugging the knees, head on blanket. Hug the knees in. Just rock a little side to side. So with knees curled up, and stretch the arms straight out to the side. And just scoot the hips a little to the right and roll the knees to the left. So you're just taking a deep twist, knees tucked up. One on top of the other, kind of more of an active twist, and sometimes we do these passive twists, but we're just passing through. You can touch the feet down and scoot the hips to the left and slowly lower the knees to the right. And head turns left. Let your breath breathe. And back through center. Any final touches that you want to do? Take another twist either side or cover yourself with a blanket. Feet as wide as your mat. Roll your feet apart. Perhaps just rock the head, the chin side to side, left to right. Breathing and being. And then find stillness. Just let the palms be comfortable to the sides of the body, chin in line with breastbone. And breathe. Eyes closed and body heavy. Just another minute or so. Let yourself fully relax. And slowly deepen your breath. 3 more breaths. And with your next inhalation, just stretch your full body. Just wiggle any way you want to wiggle, fingers, toes, stretch. Any way you want to stretch, and roll to your favorite side. Staying curled up for a couple of breaths. And coming more fully onto your forearms. Support your body weight as you come up. Comfortable seat, head last. Palms together. Gratitude for technology and Hawaii and Zoom and Jamie and Sucha. Namaste. All right.